Okay, white supremacist violence is and always has been the number one threat to our society.
But I'm also very proud that my wife is white.
The Breakfast Club, bitch.
Please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
Yes, donkey of the day for Friday, March 14th goes to Senator Chuck Schumer of New York, the minority leader who broke with his party, the Democrats, on Thursday and signaled that he will clear the way for a Republican spending bill. Let's go to Fox 40 for the report, please.
I believe it is my job to make the best choice for the country, to minimize the harms to the American people. Therefore, I will vote to keep the government open and not shut it down.
Schumer is only the second Senate Democrat to state definitively his intention to vote to advance the GOP written spending bill. But it's likely he'll give the political cover to other Democrats. Still, Schumer admits he agrees on principle with his fellow Dems that the bill is far from ideal.
While the CR bill is very bad, the potential for a shutdown has consequences for America that are much, much worse.
Schumer argued that a shutdown would leave veterans without critical services and could empower Trump to lay off more staff at the Social Security Administration, hurting seniors and people with disabilities.
It is not a clean CR. It is deeply partisan. It doesn't address far too many of this country's needs. But I believe allowing Donald Trump to take even much more power via a government shutdown is a far worse option.
Now, I don't know what happened between Wednesday and Thursday, because on Wednesday, Chuck Schumer said he wouldn't do that. He said Senate Democrats would not provide the votes needed for Republicans to advance the House-approved deal to fund the government through September. In fact, Schumer proposed a one-month stopgap measure to allow time to negotiate. And that's what you should do if you think a bill is terrible. Negotiate. By the way, I'm not saying the Republican bill is bad. Chuck Schumer said that. Let's listen to him again say it. Listen.
There is nobody in the world, nobody, who wants to shut the government down more than Donald Trump and more than Elon Musk. While the CR bill is very bad, the potential for a shutdown has consequences for America that are much, much worse.
Oh, Chuck Schumer. Oh, Democrats, the party of inaction. That's the difference between Democrats and Republicans. One party is about inaction, and one party is about all action. Okay, even if that action is harmful to the country, doesn't matter. They are always doing something. Republicans have an agenda, they have a plan, and they stick together, all of them, to execute that plan. It doesn't matter if Republicans go at each other in the media, disagree with each other, because when it comes time to vote, they all fall in line. Okay, they get things done. Democrats do not do this, and this is just the latest example. Per usual, the party of inaction, the Democrats have failed to protect or even attempt to fight for the interests of the American people. I know Dems don't have much leverage, but damn it, if you got some, use it. Okay, salute to the good sister, former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner. I saw her post something last night on Instagram that I completely agree with. She said, and I quote, "As Republicans hold a trifecta, which means they control all branches of government, it was their party's responsibility to pass a budget and get the votes to keep government running, not the Democratic Party." End quote. Never mind that the bill is terrible. Chuck Schumer, you said the bill is very bad. You said the Republican bill is a terrible option. You said it's not clean. You said it's deeply partisan. And the most important part, it doesn't address the country's needs. So on one hand, the government shuts down. On the other hand, a terrible bill passes that doesn't address the country's needs. So it sounds to me like regardless of how this goes, working class Americans get screwed. Typical. Okay, Democrats get pushed around and bullied into doing the Republicans' bidding. Typical. So in the words of DMX, here we go again. Listen, since 2019, I've been getting on this radio and telling you that Democrats suck at messaging. I wrote about it in my third book, Get Honest or Die Lying. Okay, but the reason Dems suck at messaging is simply because they have nothing to talk about. Okay, they ain't talking about nothing. What are you talking about? What are they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing because they have nothing to talk about. No identity, no plan, no backbone. Republicans are the bullies. Democrats are the cowards. And that's the story. Okay, but listen, in order to change the messaging, you got to change the people in the party. They will always and forever continue to have a messaging problem because Democrats have a leadership problem. And it's time for the Chuck Schumers of the world, the Hakeem Jeffries of the world to step down, go away. We need people in those positions willing to fight. Not only should Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries step down, any Democrat who isn't fighting for the people and standing with the party should be primaried. Okay, we the people have zero confidence in Democratic leadership, all right? People will continue to have zero confidence in Democrats until we get some new Democrats, okay? Don't talk to me about midterms. Don't talk to me about 2028, because the reality is, what's the point of voting for the type of Democrats that will continue to do nothing? All right, we need to get rid of what we got and bring something new in. I don't want any more cowardly Democrats who are beholden to the corporate dollar, because when you are beholden to the corporate dollar, you are beholden to corporate interests and not the interests of the people. Chuck Schumer, if you know a bill is terrible, okay, if you know this bill doesn't serve the best interests of the people, what are you voting for it for? Okay, you're not even going to try to put up a fight. When it comes to budget negotiations, you're not even going to try to negotiate. Chuck Schumer thinks that by 2026, Republicans will be so unpopular because of the policies they've implemented and because the economy is so bad that people will just come running back to Democrats. But does he not realize that folks will remember that you too, Chuck, voted for these bills? Hey, maybe Chuck Schumer doesn't really think this bill is terrible. Maybe he likes the bill. He just doesn't have the nuts to say, hey, I actually like the bill and I'm voting for it because it's good and I like it. I would respect that, because I don't care what party does what. I just want things to get done so America can benefit. But once again, because since everyone is playing politics, it simply looks like one party, Republicans, is about action and the other party, Democrats, is not. So what reason do I have to continue to support the party of inaction? That narrative will not change for Democrats until the people in the Democratic Party are changed. Please give Senator Chuck Schumer the biggest hee-haw.
Hey,
all right.
You have to be a Republican. When you gonna come out and just say, I'm a Republican?
What that got to do with being a Republican? What did anything I just say
you
just have to do with being a Republican?
Ishing on Democrat. Like, earlier today, you was like, what's the point of voting for them? So it's like,
if I vote for a party and I support a party and I expect the party to go in there and fight for me and I voted for them and fight for the American people, you damn right I'm gonna be on their ass.
Know what I'm saying? Like, you can't stand these people. Like, you literally hate these people. Like, this is crazy.
He's bi. He going on Republicans and he going on Democrats. He bi. He going on everybody. Equal opportunists.
I do hate people who are not fighting for the American people but claim to be fighting for the American people. You're absolutely right.
I know. I'm telling you, you are a gay Republican. That is who you are.
No, I'm not Republican or Democrat. I'm an American, and I want the best for the American people. So if this man, Chuck Schumer, is telling me that this bill is terrible, and just yesterday he said he wouldn't vote for it, but today he's flip-flopping, yes, I'm on his ass.
I will say, now you're on everybody's ass. You're right. You're a gay Republican. You stay on anybody's ass. But whether it's Republican, whether it's Democrat, whether it's independent, people always hear you talk about Democrats more. But
I'm gonna tell you when
you're equal opportunists when it comes to it.
I'm gonna tell you when people gonna think I'm really a Republican. When I take ICE up on this offer and I go on this ride along with them and I show up to your house and I point to your house and I say, that's where the illegals are, sir. Now,
that's what the illegals are.
By the way, you know what? I'm gonna put cases on both of y'all mother effers. Okay, DJ and Jess Hilarious.
Yeah, I can see you right there now. The sassy point too. Like, yes, she said I'm a gay Republican.
That's him,
right there.
That's him right there.
Yes.
Her family is Mexican in there.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Jesus
Crazy.
Christ. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Donkey of the Day is sponsored by renowned personal injury attorney Michael the Bull Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey when you need a fighter on your side. If you're ever injured, go to michaelthebull.com. That's michaelthebull.com. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.